everyone, Allie here, and today we're going to be playing with some Stamp of Approval. We're going to play with the Perfect Reason stamp set and coordinating dice today. And of course, Catherine Pooler inks, and we're going to play with Tiara, Orange Twist, Rockin' Red, Flirty Fuchsia, Fiesta Blue, and the Black, which is our Midnight. So let's get started. So I've got a piece of Catherine's 100-pound smooth white cardstock in my Mini Misty, and we're just going to stamp a variety of our floral images right across kind of the bottom third. And then we're going to have some fun with inking. Now normally I would probably use my my acrylic block, but today I'm going to use my Mini Misty just in case I need to restamp anything. And I think we'll start with our funky ray. And what I'm going to do, I believe, is going to put my sentiment inside of that. So I'm going to leave it open. So closing, picking up our stamp, and all of my blooms today are going to be stamped with Midnight ink. Now the thing with Midnight ink is you want to go quickly. There we go. I'm going to go one more time. And this is the whole reason behind the Misty, is so that you can stamp again and then automatically going to go and clean that stamp. I'm just using a Lawn Fawn stamp chamois and water. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to leave that open. This is one of my favorite blooms. And we will do a tiny bit of overlap here. Once again, pick up our stamp. Couple of love taps, that's all you need with Catherine's inks. I'm going to go one more time to get a complete final impression, and quickly wiping off the ink. Okay, so I'm just going to move my bloom because it's my favorite. We'll use it again, and we'll speed through the remainder of our stamping, and then we'll get to completing the background. Okay, so we've stamped all of our flowers and our foliage, and I'm going to leave our sentiment till last, and now we're going to bring in the color. So I've just put a little bit of glue on the back just to hold it in place on my mat here, and then we're going to pull out, I'm going to start with my Tiara since it's the lightest ink, and I've got my ink blending tool here. So I think I'll start with my Tiara actually kind of down the center. So starting on the outside, I'm going to kind of pull the color down, and I'm going to use a circular motion. And I'm okay if things are blotchy. These are handmade cards, people. Now originally I had thought I was going to use some masks and mask off my flowers, but you know what, I'm going to keep it even easier, and we're not going to mask those off at all. We're just going to apply our color like right over top. card making does not have to be hard, and you don't have to make it hard for yourself either. So we'll put aside our tiara, and then we'll work on either side of that color. So we'll go Orange Twist. Orange Twist is one of the original colors from our foundations box, and it is a gorgeous, vibrant orange color. And I'm going to just come down one side. All right, we can come back and add more tiara and blend them, but let's go on to our next color on this side here. Let's go on our rock and red. I'm going to go back to my tiara, I think, and we are going to add some more ink down that center. Okay, let's go to the other side here. We're going to go Fiesta Blue. I'm using a really light hand when applying ink to my dauber, so I'm not like loading it up. That's why it's taking several applications, and that's a good thing because you can't remove ink, but you certainly can add ink. So with the tiara and the Fiesta Blue touching now, we've got a little bit of a green strip there because blue and yellow make green. And of course, when we add that flirty fuchsia down that one, our left side here, we're going to get even more new color. CP inks blend really well together. Okay, like I said, you can go back and intensify, but let's get some flirty fuchsia on here. Very cool rainbow effect, and that's just 5 of the simple inks. So I love the effect where everything blends. We've got 2 shades of purple, the blue, a strip of green with the blending, the tiara, and then shades into our red there. So let's go on to our next step. I'm going to clean this up and we're going to come back in a second here. All right, so we're going to add some fun texture to the back of this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to bring in our Mod Squared stencil. And this stencil is part of the Perfect Reason collection. And I'm just going to secure it down with some washi tape. And because my stencil doesn't extend down far enough to cover my corner here, I am going to actually use some scrap paper. And we're going to just put a little protector piece underneath so that I can lay the stencil down again and finish off that bottom corner. Okay, now I have taken my ink applicator tool and I've got a brand new piece of foam on it, and I'm just have this lid off of like a Ziploc plastic container, and I put a little bit of water in it to apply directly to my sponge. Now, you could use other methods of water transfer on this. You could use a cloth or even paper towel will work. So lightly dampened, not too wet. I'm going to sponge a little bit of the dampness off on my mat because I can go and pick that up again. And then we're just going to dab our wet sponge across our background, and I think I'm going to concentrate just where the flowers are not. So I'm not really going over this part of our background. I'm kind of sticking to just above the flowers. And based on whatever tool you use and whatever texture, you may have additional texture added to the background by whatever this may be. If you have a cloth that has a little bit of a nap to it, you may find that that texture also shows up in that stenciled background as well. So you can have a lot of fun with even the mechanism that you apply water to. Okay, I'm going to change up my stencil, I'm going to readjust, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll come back and we'll do the last little bit together. So I'm going to be pretty generous with the water. I would like to get a more dramatic effect, but because the water only kind of pushes the ink back into the paper so much, we're not going to get a specific like stenciled image that pops up. We're going to get a more of a subtle, almost kind of like a brick kind of look with a subtle grout line. So the more water you add against that stencil, the more the water's going to play with that ink. So experiment, do up some swatches with color and try out different colors. So a little bit of a reveal. So as you can see, just get a dappled effect from the sponge, plus the background has a little bit of a stenciled image. So I think we'll go and we'll add a sentiment and we'll come back with our final card. And there we go. A really fun and really easy card made with 6 inks and a stencil, 1 stamp set, and a little bit of water. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy the blog hopping today, as today is the collection reveal.